Hey folks, Steve the Math Buddha here, and today we're going to be looking at a Math Wordle puzzle. Now the Math Wordle puzzle works the same way as your typical Wordle puzzle, except that we have to find mathematical expressions instead of words. Now I have to admit, when I first saw this puzzle, it was really intimidating to me. The idea of finding an entire mathematical expression in 6 guesses just seemed like a lot of trial and error to me. But as I'm going to show you in a little while, the puzzle is actually quite easy if we use the right 2 starting expressions. There's still a little bit of trial and error, we can't avoid that, but 6 guesses is more than enough to find the correct answer. I've been doing this puzzle for over a year now, and the methodology has worked every time. I haven't missed one yet. Now before we look at today's puzzles, I'm going to show you how the puzzle works, and I'm also going to show you a list of rules that I have developed. Rules that are not specifically stated in the puzzle, but which I have come to understand after doing the puzzle over and over again. Now, if you already know how the puzzle works, you could skip right on to my rules, but you really should check out my rules because we're going to be referring to them as we do these puzzles. Now, there's a few of these Math Wordle puzzles online. There's a particular one that I've been doing, and I have a link to that puzzle in the description below. Now folks, if you like my videos, please like, share, and subscribe, and turn on those notifications so that you know when my videos are coming out. And with that, let's see how this Math Wordle puzzle works. So this is our Math Wordle puzzle. As you can see, our solution is going to have 8 characters in it, and we have 6 guesses in order to find our solution. Now if we go over here to the settings menu, you'll see that I have the daily mode on, which if we all do that, we could all play the same puzzles in the same day. I just have to let you know what day I'm doing the puzzle. Now we can change the length of the equation. We can go anywhere from 5 to 12, but 8 is the default and it's the one I'm most comfortable with. But we could switch it up if it's something you all would like to see. Let me know in the comments. So the way the puzzle works is basically the same way as Wordle. We have to enter a correct expression, which that is not. It will not accept that because 23 plus 45 is not 67. 23 plus 45 is in fact 68. So this is what happens when you put in a correct mathematical expression. It will give you a color-coded response. And it works just like Wordle. The green 3 means that the 3 is correct and it goes in this position. The orange 2 means that there is a 2 in this puzzle, but that it does not go in the first position. And then we continue to take guesses based on the information we get, and we continue to get color-coded responses until we find the correct answer. Now, there's a few rules that I have discovered upon doing these puzzles over and over and over again. They're not obvious. They're just rules that I have seen to be true. And one of those things is that we will never see a solution of this form. The calculation is always to the left of the equal sign, and there's always a number to the right of the equal sign. It's never reversed like this. You can enter it, it accepts it as a mathematically correct statement, but the solution will never have this form. There will always be a single number to the right of the equal sign, no operations, and at least one operation to the left of the equal sign. Another thing that you will never see in your solution, you will never see the plus and minus symbols used as negative or positive symbols. You will never see a minus sign in the first position. It will accept this as a grammatically correct math statement, but it will never have a solution like this. Your minus and your plus will always be used as operations, and they will always sit between 2 numbers. Another rule that stems from this is that the equal sign must go in the 5th, 6th, or 7th position. You can't put it in the 4th position. Why? Because we have to have an operation to the left of the equal sign. And this is the biggest number we can get, is 81. So how could 81 be equal to a 4-digit number? It doesn't make sense. It only works with the equal sign in this position, or this position. And that's something we are going to use to solve future puzzles. Let's take one last look at our 4 Math Wordle rules. Time to break in and remind you all to please like, share, and subscribe and to turn on those notifications. Also, I wanted to point out how much I love this t-shirt. Now, this is not the first time I've worn this t-shirt, but I don't think I have ever addressed how much I love it. It is definitely my favorite of all the designs that I've purchased. And as usual, you can find a link to the Fiverr page of the amazing artist that created the design for this shirt, as well as the Zazzle site where I had this t-shirt printed. Now, that's for original designs only. Math Buddha t-shirts are not currently for sale, but whatever you might buy at either one of those sites, please use my links because it really does help to support this channel. And with that, let's move on to our puzzle. Okay, let's take a look at today's first puzzle. Now, I always start with the same two equations. 12 divided by 3 minus 4 equals 0. And 7 times 9 plus 5 equals 68. Do any of you see what's special about these two equations? Well, the answer is that I've exhausted all 15 digits, right? We have 8 digits for each solution, and we have 15 digits in the puzzle, and the equal sign has to go twice. So each of my other 14 digits I'm using exactly once here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's my times, my divided by, my plus, my minus, and 2 equal signs. So this tells me for every symbol in this puzzle, whether it's in the puzzle or it's not in the puzzle. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to analyze this in Excel. Now, the reason why I like to analyze these puzzles in Excel is because in Excel, I don't have to go from left to right. I can type what I know directly in those cells. Now, I see that we have a minus sign in this puzzle, and there's only one place that that minus sign could go. Considering that it has to go between two numbers, this is the only spot that works for the minus sign. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to consider how big can this result be. Well, we only have 2 positive digits here. This digit's going to be subtracted. So we couldn't possibly have a number greater than 20. The biggest number we could get here, given that there's no 0 in this particular puzzle, is 9 minus 1 plus 5 equals 13. So we can't have a number as big as 20, and we need a 2-digit number, which tells me that this digit must be a 1. Now, can we put a 5 in the first position? And the answer is no, because if we put a 5 in the first position, the biggest number we can get is 5 minus 1 plus 5 equals 9. And we need a 2-digit number here. So we need a number bigger than 5. And the only number we have that's highlighted that's bigger than 5 is the 9. So we must put the 9 in that position. Now, can we put a 5 in this position? Again, the answer is no, because 9 minus 5 plus 5 is less than 10. It's 9. Which means that this digit has to be less than 5, which means I got to use either the 1 or the 2. So what happens if I put a 1 in here? Well, 9 minus 1 is 8, plus 5 is 13. But we don't have a 3, so that cannot be the correct answer. It has to be 9 minus 2 plus 5, which is 7 plus 5 equals 12. So let's type it in and check it out. And yes, we have success. So now we move on to puzzle number 2. Now you do not click the continue here, because the continue just takes you to a completely different place. We do not want to continue. And now when we go back, guess what? We're doing the same puzzle all over again. So we don't want to click continue, we want to click restart. And that will take us to our second puzzle. And once again, we're going to start with our same 2 mathematical expressions. 12 divided by 3 minus 4 equals 0. And 7 times 9 plus 5 equals 68. Now, as usual, let's analyze this in Excel. Now, we know the 9 goes here, so let's plug that in. And one nice thing about putting the equal sign in 2 different positions in my first 2 guesses is that we only have 3 possibilities for the equal sign. based on Math Wordle rule number 4. So if we're testing 2 of them, we know exactly where it's going to go. These are both orange, so I know that the equal sign has to go here. Now, if you folks have any other ideas for 2 good starting equations that exhaust all 15 digits and have the equal sign in 2 different positions, let me know in the comments, because we could switch it up. We could try anything. Now, the plus sign is orange, so we know it has to go somewhere, and it has to go between 2 numbers, and it has to go to the left of the equal sign. So the only place we could put it is here. Now, let's think about how big this number can get. I'm adding a single digit to a number in the 90s, and I'm getting a 3-digit number. So this number would have to be between 100 and 109. So I know that the first 2 digits have to be a 1 and a 0. Now I also know that one of these 2 digits has to be a 9. Why? Because if neither one of these digits is a 9, the biggest number I could get is 4 plus 94, which is less than 100. So let's try the 9 in this position. Now we could reverse this digit and this digit, and we would get the same result. I know a 9 has to go in one of these spots. Let's just try it in this spot. Now I have 2 cells left, and I have to place the 3 and the 4, so the only choice would be the 3 here and the 4 here, which just does not compute, or the 4 here and the 3 here. Now that does compute. But I still don't know whether it's 9 plus 94 equals 103, or 4 plus 99 equals 103. So I'm just going to have to try them both. Let's try this one first. 9 plus 94 equals 103. And that is not correct, which means we have to reverse those and type it in this way. And once again, we have success.
So that's my Math Wordle video. I really hope that you all enjoyed it. I'm considering making this a regular weekly thing where I do it on a definite day of the week. That way we could all play. If we all do daily mode, we could all be doing the same puzzles. And with that, it's time to leave you. This is the Math Buddha signing off. Have a great night and have a truly pleasant tomorrow.